and welcome back to the film show.
I didn't realise we started.
We've started now.
Yeah.
It's 2015. You should have been ready.
Shit, is it?
Yep.
What?
Alright.
We've not left this room since we've done our top 10 movies.
We're still here fighting.
I had to accept defeat. That's why it was only an hour.
Aye. We had to shut Joe up.
It wasn't just me shouting
had to
about Daniel
We had
Radcliffe.
to shut him down.
Shut.
What
Like
a
when
face
Apple
plant.
buys something, they just buy it and then
Shut it
shut
down.
it down.
Aye. We bought Joe and we shut him down.
Tell that to the FBI.
No.
I did something bad.
What'd you do?
What?
I broke a part of this show.
You did actually.
Chris broke the film show.
You did.
We just
You-
dive straight into it.
For the
We just
for the-
cannonball right
for
into
the
it.
series of unfortunate events, you picked a movie that we are actually unable to watch.
Chris picked the sci-fi original movie Beyond Loch Ness.
And the only version I could find was completely overdubbed in Russian.
We
Every version
travelled
I
the
could
globe.
find was a foreign version, just in various different languages. There was a version where they would speak English, and then immediately after it, some Russian person would say the line. But I did skip halfway through a version of it that I found to see if it was Russian, and I can tell you that I have seen some of Beyond Loch Ness before.
I watched a wee bit and it was bad.
That I watched some of that movie on a Sunday afternoon on the Sci-Fi Channel, and that movie is garbage. So
So I don't know what we do now.
we
Like,
start
we
again.
start again. So
Do we just
what
start
was
at
it?
See
We
No
need
Evil
to try
again?
and beat our. So how many was that?
Oh, right, okay, right, let's
Right.
do this, right. See No Evil,
Yep.
Yep.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, Marine,
1408,
Yep.
Street Fighter.
Street
Yep.
Fighter. I went to Deep Rising,
Aye,
I went to Tomb Raider 2.
Tomb Raider 2, then it was back to you. You went to,
Far Cry.
and I went to Beyond Loch Ness.
That's like 9.
9. So we need to beat 9.
Aye, we need to get to 10.
I don't want to.
Shit.
So who
Eh.
who would have been picking after?
Would have been me.
Right.
So
And I've not thought about this at all.
you just need to pluck one out
What
of
about we
there.
just load up the old Netflix roulette?
Oh, aye. Aye, you could do that.
Camden.
You could just do a
Do you think
Netflix
Guinness?
roulette and then that way it's fair.
Fast and Furious 3. Tokyo Drift.
Yep.
Will be what
Yep.
you're watching for next week.
Yep. I'm alright with that.
Don't sigh, it's amazing.
Right.
It's pretty good.
Let's
It's
do
pretty good.
this.
Pretty good movie.
So over the New Year's period, what between drinking large quantities of alcohol, what did you watch?
Who
Maybe
wants
I
to go
don't know if you want to turn me up a wee bit, or maybe a bit. We also have a sore throat, which isn't helping proceedings.
Right, who's going first on the what they watched listings?
I don't mind going first.
We all seen Birdman.
Yep.
And it was great.
It was fantastic.
Joe?
I feel you're gearing up for an argument here. an argument that I'm not gonna give you.
No,
Because
not at all.
Basically, my view on Birdman, right, is that every individual part of it is fantastically done and well made, but I did not enjoy it at all.
That's fair enough.
And I don't know why, but I just didn't like it.
I enjoyed
The
that a lot.
acting's brilliant, the music's brilliant, it's shot brilliantly, it looks great, blah 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 blah. Did I like it? Nope, not even a little bit. Like, I hated it.
Not even the bit when he does the Birdman call.
Nope.
That was very funny.
I liked it. I liked that a lot.
I liked it very much.
But
I can see why.
I also watched half of Into the Woods, and I feel the same way about that Joe feels about Birdman.
Alright, okay. Well, Ross watched Into the Woods and said it was like garbage. Not that it was like boring
It
or
wasn't
bad,
like-
just that it was
no,
shit.
it wasn't like garbage. It was like it.
Is it Disney?
It's
Aye.
right. So there's a standard of quality
Yep.
in a Disney movie,
Yeah.
right? Even if it's live action. All the actors
None
are
of
great.
which will ever be surpassed by the... Well, nothing will ever be better than The Incredibles. Because we all know that's the best.
It's true.
But in terms of live action, you can't get any better than Disney's Prince of Persia.
Hey, movie's alright.
It is.
They made him look really like the Prince of
It was
Persia.
just Pirates of the Caribbean, but Prince of Persia.
Aye, pretty much.
No, but like the music is amazing because obviously it's a musical, and the actors are all really, really good. Especially Meryl Streep, she's good.
She's quite famous, huh?
Aye,
She's a known.
Associate of
she
acting.
has my hashtag Women Crush Wednesday Anna Kendrick in it.
Yep.
So, and James Corden's in it because he's big in America now for some
Aye.
reason.
He's doing, the,
Yeah, that's weird.
he's doing one of those late shows.
He's
Isn't he?
taking over Craig Ferguson. And like I was just like I think I need to watch it again because I was tired and it was like 1:30. I was like, I'm gonna watch this Disney musical that is like a musical, and it's like all pretty much all singing.
Right. Okay.
Like Les Mis.
But it's 2 hours long, so I was like an hour in, and I was like, this is.
It's pretty heavy duty.
It was. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a second chance. I'll watch all of it. I don't like not watching all of the
Aye,
films,
I
so
always, except 47 Ronin, I always finish movies.
so I'll watch all of that. But I feel the same way. Like everything about it was good. I just was like, I don't get this.
Fair enough. Aye.
I thought the music in Birdman was spectacular
It was.
because every single piece of music in the movie is played like in the film, in
The background.
the scene or whatever. It's there, which was really cool. I don't think I've seen that before. So,
Aye, that was weird.
yep. Is that the extent of the Birdman chat?
You don't. Really, you can't really talk about it without saying.
This all looks like it.
Pure
All
going into
looks
it.
like it was one shot, and it's really impressive.
It's not. That would have been impossible.
Aye, it's not. It's all clever editing, but
Yeah,
like,
but that's the beauty of it.
aye. Even then, you're like, how did they? Where did they cut this kind of thing?
Yeah, it was a cool movie, but I'll happily never watch it again.
I will buy that on Blu-ray.
I feel like I'm still maybe a little quiet. I don't know. It's hard to tell in here, but
I'll be very
My-
happy
my
if that gets
throat's-
some hot ass Oscar
my
nominations.
throat's really not in a good way. So yeah, that looks better. Who wants to go first? I'll go first if you want.
I have the least amount of stuff. If that's
I think I have the most.
I'm on a whopping 10 or 11, I think.
I'm on 10. I think.
I'm on 10.
a lot of stuff I'm probably talk about. Probably you're going to talk about anyway. So I'll just give my opinion.
Right.
So
You want me to start?
aye, sure.
Kick this shit off.
Aye.
Make sure my knee doesn't lock up sitting on that speaker. Right. Hold on. Till I bring my almighty list of Destiny up.
Titled movies I watched.
Yep.
No code word.
No, not at all. I watched Foxcatcher.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
Chris, you should probably go watch that movie.
I might.
I also watched Foxcatcher. It was really good.
Everything about it is amazing.
Aye. Aye. I had a conversation with one of my friends, Big Brian, and he
Big B.
he made a point that I thought was valid, and it was like people are like raving about Steve Carell's like performance, which is amazing.
Aye.
But he thinks that like anyone could do it, and people are just sort of like giving him praise because it's his first serious role. Like anyone could have put on that makeup and been.
I don't know.
I kind of get where he's coming from.
No, I don't. Because it's like, that's really easy to say when you've not seen anybody else do it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They'll have chose Steve Carell to do that because he was the right guy to do it, not just because like, oh, he does comedies and folk think this is cool. You know?
They might have done it because of that.
The performance is too good for that to just be the reason that folk love it.
Aye, I know that's. No, I'm not saying that's the only reason. I'm just saying that like, why folk are saying he's going to get an Oscar on that is because
I think he's probably going to get an Oscar because it's the best.
I don't think he'll get Best Actor anyway. Well, it's
Aye,
not.
support.
He's not. Aye. I don't know if he'll get it anyway. But I don't even know who's nominated or anything.
Aye,
yet.
they're
I don't think it's out yet.
there.
The BAFTAs are out, but
Aye, the BAFTAs
Golden
are
Globes.
out and Mark
Golden
Ruffalo.
Globes were like 2 days ago.
Mark
Aye.
Ruffalo and Steve Carell are both nominated for the BAFTA for Best Supporting Actor.
Aye.
So
I really like Mark Ruffalo in that as well.
aye, Mark Ruffalo looks identical to the guy he plays. It's scary. And don't do what I did.
Oh, he has
and,
the makeup as well. It's like his hairline.
Aye.
That's
Uh,
it.
I've seen that.
Don't do what I did, and while you're watching the movie, look up the true story and ruin the
Yeah.
ending.
I didn't know
Yeah.
anything about it, so
So we can't really talk much about
I-
Foxcatcher until Christopherson.
I do want to talk about the end of it, so Chris, you need to watch it.
Right.
Aye.
Right, back in a second.
I watched Skating to New York that
Right.
I'd never heard of and didn't know was a thing, and just kind of found, and I was bored and put it on, and it was alright. It's kind of Stand By Me, but in Canada.
I
Is
think
it-
a lot of movies are kind of Stand By Me.
Yeah, there's a
But-
lot of Stand By
Aye,
Me's.
It's like Stand By Me, but where the parts where they discover themselves are like different.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Aye.
So with these kids,
you
teenagers,
say-
kids, teens, whatever, I don't know what age they're meant to be, like 16 or something, who skate on a lake that goes from Canada to New York
Right.
when it's like fully frozen over,
Right.
and that's what the movie's about, and on the way they deal with their problems. And
Is this a true story?
I don't think so. I know it's based on a book, but I don't know if the book's fiction or
Right.
non-fiction.
So when you say skate, I think you mean ice skate?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Nah, duckboard, bro. Embrace the nah.
It's Johnny Capahalla sequel.
It was one of the movies that's extremely easy to watch. You know what I mean? That just like
Yes.
you
Aye.
just watch it and enjoy it, and that's kind of it. The one thing about it was the pacing was kind of weird. It was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is either.
So like, well, my room does it as well.
It's like an energy
sounds like
shaving thing or
the
something.
It
seal-
usually kind of stops though, like after a while, so it might.
It sounds like the ceiling's like 4 foot thick and somebody's just starting to put a chainsaw into it.
Aye.
So this movie, the
Chainsaws.
it's like only like an hour and a half or something, and it kind of gets to like 70 minutes, and then there's like loads of story just immediately happens one after each other, and then it just kind of finishes, and it's not like bad. You can just tell they kind of had to fit all the story beats from the book in
Right.
to
Aye.
make it work.
Yeah.
I don't think it's based on a true story.
Right. Okay.
I don't think. See, thinking about it, I don't think it could be, because there's one particular bit that's very kind of. It's that way where it's it's a movie and you suspend disbelief and all that shit. But
Aye.
there's one bit that's like the most ridiculous coincidence that ever happened in the
Right.
universe,
Okay.
and that kind of took me out of it. But it was good.
Feel like
I
it.
feel like Stand By Me, watch it, because it's kind of Stand By Me but Canada.
You could just. Don't know. You could just watch Stand By Me.
You could. Right. Then I watched. Well, no, this isn't in order, but it's just what I remembered. I watched The Drop, starring Thomas Hardy and James. Is it James
Gandolfini.
Aye,
I guess that was his last movie.
it's fucking awesome.
Aye.
Yeah,
I've
it's,
heard a lot of good things about
it's-
that movie.
It's from the guy I think that wrote the book of Gone Baby Gone and like The Town
Aye, it is.
and
Aye.
other stuff like that. It's really, really good. Like really good. Tom Hardy's great in it. It's really hard to talk about because it's on an extremely small scale. You know what I mean? There's only a few characters and it's just what happens to them, and it's a kind of enclosed just story, you know. But it's great. It's got a really good twist. The acting's brilliant. It's got her from Prometheus in it that I always forget the name of.
Naomi Watts.
No,
What?
that's like a
It's like Naomi Rooney or something.
I don't know.
Or Charlize Theron.
Naomi Watts is like fucking a model or something, isn't she?
Don't know.
know.
Oh, it's Rooney Mara.
No, that's her
A Nightmare on Elm
Dragon
Street.
Aye.
Tattoo.
Aye, and then there's they've got a dog in it that's a wee baby pit bull, and it's like the coolest fucking thing ever. Aye, it's great. We run into this quite a lot where it's kind of hard to talk about movies without just blatantly ruining them.
Naomi Rapace.
There you go. There you go.
Spelt Numi.
Yep.
Maybe it is new.
Might be, aye.
Aye, it was really good. I liked it a whole bunch. Yeah, I'd like to get it in Blu-ray because it's I like my crime films.
Aye. Is it hashtag indie as fuck? No.
No, not at all. No, it's really good. And Tom Hardy's fucking...
I didn't mean that as a bad thing. I just meant is it like low budget?
No. It doesn't seem that way at all. Like, it's really good. It's got a really good trailer that gives you the whole fucking spiel on what the film is.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, I mean that's what got me to watch it. I was like, just kind of, it doesn't ruin anything or show you any cool bits. It's just like, here's what you're going to be watching if you watch this film. And Lock, that movie with Tom Hardy when he's in the car,
Yes.
is on UK Netflix now.
Oh.
You should watch it.
Right, okay.
It's really good. He plays a Welshman. It sounds Welsh.
It's Welsh?
Doesn't it?
Is he originally Welsh?
No,
don't think
I
so.
don't think it is.
Right, okay.
Have you
And-
seen like Tom Hardy's first ever TV appearance?
No, he's in Star Trek or something.
No, that's
No,
that's his first movie.
No, right.
He was like, it was like
It's bad.
2002 or something, and he was on like T4 on the beach, and he was just like a model, and just walking about saying this guy wants to star in short films.
Aye.
Now he stars in long films.
Medium films as well.
I think they should start calling feature films just call them long films.
Big films.
Long films.
Why would you call them feature films? Long films?
I don't know. Did we talk about the interview?
Nope.
I watched the interview.
So did I.
Did you watch the interview?
No, I didn't get the flight to America
Yes.
to watch it.
Shut the fuck up. You can stream it online.
Aye.
They hate us because they ain't us. It's coming out over
It's
here.
true.
In
Yeah.
fact, no, it's 6th of February.
It's pretty good.
Aye.
It's not our best movie. It's not our worst movie. It's fine. It's
Yep.
funny.
It's not as good as This Is the End.
It'll be a while till I watch it again, but it's
Yeah.
it's
Good
good.
enough.
Yep. That movie should not have caused the controversy that it
Aye, I
caused
know.
at all. in
Is it not as
any way.
offensive as they make it
No.
out to be?
That kind of is at some bits. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, but like it's not like
They've already done that before with Team America. though.
Aye,
Like,
it's-
I know like Team America like is kind of worse. I think.
Oh, aye.
Like
Oh, by a mile.
I don't know. It's dumb. It's the thing
Oh,
though where
yeah.
it's like it wasn't North Korea that hacked Sony.
another film.
They just took the hit for it.
Aye. A lot of people have said that they like faked it, getting hacked and shit. And I don't know, man.
No, they
'Cause I
released.
don't know, like it's not been released anywhere else because of that.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
And like,
I,
no, because like 5 of their other movies get put up online as well. Like that's
Aye,
not.
it's
They wouldn't
kinda-
do that. That's stupid.
got a lot of movies here that we can't really talk about. Frustrating a bit. Well, what? No, stuff now that we can talk about. I watched Whitebird in a Blizzard,
Stop
which
messing
is
with
a
me.
independent feature film starring Shailene Woodley and Eva Green.
You had some words about this.
I
to us.
did. It's not very good. Is the main words I had for it.
Was it trying to be too clever or
No,
just
no.
not very clever?
No, it just wasn't good. Just like
One of the not enjoyable films.
one of the ones, one of the films you don't like that aren't
Like-
good to watch.
Like
I think if you don't like it, yeah, it's kind of fair to say that it might be shit. In
Aye.
your opinion.
Yep, it's
like
it's about a girl who is like kind of near the end of high school, I guess. It takes place over a few years. Whose mother goes missing, and it's about how she deals with it rather than the hunt for her mother. But at the end, you find out what happens to her mum and who did it, and blah 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 blah. It's not good at all. Nothing really happens in it apart from several sex scenes and boring story parts until like 15 minutes from the end, right? Do you mind if I spoil this for you?
I think you've already told me.
Well, I
I
told you.
don't, I don't
and
mind.
you were
I'm not
just
going to watch
howling
it.
at
So,
Aye.
Right?
so what's the story here? What's actually going on?
Right.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Aye. Don't watch this fucking movie. It doesn't matter. Right. So Shailene Woodley is the main character. I can't remember her name. She has a boyfriend that lives next door.
Blizzard.
Blizz.
Is his name?
Blaze Blue.
Is his name Blizzard?
Shailene Woodley
Nope.
plays Blizz Hurd,
Yep.
the rough cop who doesn't play by the rules.
So the kind of your characters are Shailene Woodley, her mum, which is played by Eva Green, her dad, which is played by
I
a
thought
man
Eva Green
with
was
a
like 29.
sublime moustache. her boyfriend that lives next door, they hint that the boyfriend was involved with her mum. Because her mum's fucking a freak show. Like, no one in this movie really is a good person at all.
Right.
Which also kind of annoyed me, because it's just like, you can't get into it. Really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aye.
Those are your kind of main characters, and there's some other folk that are in it but don't really matter to the story entirely. And it takes place over like 3 years or something like that, right? And Shailene Woodley's character like slowly becomes more and more suspicious that her boyfriend was involved with her mum, and that her dad killed her mum.
Oh.
Right? And she thinks that her dad's hid the body in the freezer. So she goes, hunts through the freezer, and there's nothing there, and she's crying and shit. This is when she's home for summer from university, right?
How far in the movie are we?
This is the end.
Right, okay. So what happened for the
fucking nothing. Just her having sex with loads of people. And like, she doesn't find anything. Her dad walks in and comforts her and everything like that, right?
I thought Dad was dead.
No, Dad's
mum's right.
Her mum's missing.
Sorry.
Missing. Right, okay.
Right, and she thinks that her boyfriend was having a relationship with her mother, and that her dad killed her mother, right? And basically the last like 3 minutes, literally,
right,
like 3 or 4 minutes, because I was watching it and I could see the timer. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it like, what the fuck? Like, what's the end of this movie going to be? Like, what is happening here? And it ends with her going back to university, right? And she's like, Dad promised me you didn't do it, blah blah blah. He's like, no, I promise I would never do that, right? And then she goes on the plane. She's just like, that's the last time I seen my dad. Like 3 days later, he gets steaming, told everybody he killed my mom, and he was shagging my boyfriend, and then he killed himself. And then it just finishes, and that is it. It is over. Credits roll.
What?
Yep. That is it.
No.
Yep.
No.
The mother walked in on her boyfriend and her dad having relations, and then he killed her.
No.
Yeah,
no,
that's it. And you find literally all of that out in like 3 minutes.
And
then it's just like, yep, it's fucking done. And then it just finishes.
What else did you watch?
It's just so bad.
That's so.
It's so bad.
Sometimes you get like terrible storylines and they make it out to be good films, but like
no,
but that just sounds woeful. What's next?
It was that way where like movies where it's like a slow build and then the end is like a big twist. They earn their twist. Stuff like The Prestige and like Saw and stuff where it like flashes back through the movie and you're like, oh my god, they hinted at it all along. Did they fuck with this movie? Like they just were like, the ending would be cool, and then we're going to put 80 minutes of nothing before it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's
sounds terrible.
Not good. Not good.
What else do you watch?
And just one more thing, like I thought that the plot sounded pretty interesting, you know, kind of mystery. And then I looked on Wikipedia, and I'm just kind of looking at who's in it and all that kind of thing. And it saw like critical reception. And it was just like shite. I was like, oh well, I'll still watch it because you know you never know. I hate to kind of take advice off that sort of thing, you know.
I was talking to a guy the other day that won't listen to this podcast, so I'm just going to say it.
Go.
I was talking to him, and I can't remember what.
Slate him.
I can't remember what film I was talking about. It was something that was good though, like something that I thought either looked good or something I'd seen that was good.
Aye.
And I was talking about it, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to see it because the critics said it was shite."
Did you punch him in the throat?
No, I didn't. I was just sat.
Did you perform some kind of wrestling manoeuvre on him?
Do you know what the critics said was shite?
What?
The Lost Coast tapes.
See, to be fair,
they were right.
They were correct.
Well, you didn't see the end.
I did. I've watched that movie.
It's not a pig for
It's pish.
End.
You know what else I watched?
Sequel cancelled.
Finally. After literally like probably 10 years of being told that I'd think it's just the best shit.
What?
7.
Aye.
It's the best shit.
Was it 7 times better than what you expected?
Amazing. Every minute of
What's
it.
the box?
What's in the bag?
What's the box?
What's the fucking bag? Aye.
Spoilers.
Just amazing. like everything about it.
Aye.
I didn't really get Morgan Freeman's character. So he's a bit of a fucking weirdo. Like,
I just thought like he was kind of like he was about to retire and he just couldn't be arsed anymore.
aye.
But then he kind of got into the case a bit.
You
Seems
seem
like
like
I may
a
as well.
bit of a knob. What?
I'm getting too old for this shit. Can I get it?
But aye, it was fucking incredible.
Yep.
There was a very famous man in that movie that I did not know was in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great. And then
See,
you,
when
you
that-
find out you've seen him, but you didn't.
Did you? Oh well, aye.
Aye.
But like, you're obviously
The
you
only thing is,
can't
like,
tell.
he's like, he is like credited in the main like billing,
I never seen that though.
like in the opening.
I didn't see that.
And
Is he?
Aye.
Aye, I never seen it.
And so like if you like kind of think
I
about
never knew that. I never saw
No, I
it,
never
because
saw it.
we like analysed the opening of it in college,
that. Aye.
and that was like one of the things like one of my mates. It was all about like other like film shit,
Aye.
but my mate was like,
Whoever.
"Yeah, how's his name in it?" But like it's a twist at the end. So like,
I never saw his name.
Neither did I.
so I'm like, and it's on like the DVD cover and
The,
stuff.
the folks who made Saw clearly watched Seven a bunch of times.
Yep.
The way it's shot
Yep.
and stuff like that. I think they've said that like
Aye.
publicly before as well. Right. I also watched Paranormal Activity, the marked ones,
Yes.
Great.
and came to the conclusion that I totally hadn't overhyped that film, and it is in fact fucking amazing.
Aye.
It's just amazing.
Yep.
It's so good.
Can't wait for this summer.
I enjoyed it so much. I watched the extended version in the dark at like midnight.
Can't wait for the
And
summer
it was
so we can get
the best.
another dimension.
Paranormal Activity. The Ghost Dimension.
I'll be going in 3D.
3D, aye.
You know what?
3D IMAX night.
I wish it would come
midnight
out
screen.
at Halloween so it could round off Spike Steve's Spectacular Scare-a-thon
Aye.
2015. We have to start getting films together for it.
We've talked about that a whole
It's
bunch.
like a year preparation you do every year.
It needs to be.
Just for the spectacular
Then I
scare.
watched some documentaries. Feature length.
Is this called the fucking documentary show?
Fuck up. They were feature length, mate. First one,
Were they long films?
they were long films,
Hashtag long films.
and I watched them like all back to back, just on Netflix. Like, what's next? And just like another one would.
What's up? Nazi alien? Yes.
Like another one would come up at the end, and I'd be like, "Aye, I'll watch that." I was just sitting playing Rogue Legacy on my laptop and watching documentaries for like 6 hours.
Did you watch Secrets of the Freemasons?
No,
That's how we
remember I watched Nazi Temple of Doom.
Do you know what you fucking shouldn't watch?
What?
Whatever one it is, it's about Mothman. It's like 2 hours 45 minutes long and it's just shite.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true, by the way.
The first one I watched,
You can't look at me, die.
I can't really remember kind of who made these and stuff like that. The first one I watched was Inside the Hunt for the Boston Bombers, and
Right.
it wasn't like a documentary about the bombings. It was a documentary about how they found the guys, like FBI folk and CIA folk, and
Right, cool.
for it and all that. It was really interesting how they used like the media to their advantage, and how the media fucked them because they got like an image of one of the guys
Yeah.
who done it, like from the FBI office somehow, and said they were going to show it in the news at like 6 o'clock or something like that. So the FBI had to come out and show them, and be like, "Aye, we know who you are." And
Aye,
then
because I got them.
that's what, see the policeman that got killed in his car by them.
Aye.
Like that's why that happened,
Aye,
is
there
because
was
they
a big,
knew.
like, chase and all that, wasn't there?
Aye,
Like,
that's how it happened, is because they got spooked because they were on the TV. And like a big part of that documentary was like, fuck the fucking news, because like that guy wouldn't have died
Aye.
if they
Aye.
hadn't done that.
True.
It was really good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to sit and tell you everything that happened in the documentary.
Aye.
I would recommend it. It was really good. It did have some kind of hammy like reenactment stuff that I just never, like, even if it's serious, really, it's obviously really serious stuff,
Aye.
but I still just never really like it very much.
Nah, it's
you know,
always like
it's-
poorly done.
It's
It
just
can
never-
kind of be in bad taste as well, depending on what.
It was
the
well made actually, like, but it's just kind of, I don't know, doesn't do it for me. Then I watched Lost for Life, which was fucked up, about people who are on like life without parole for murders they committed when they were teenagers. They were all assholes,
Aye.
terrible, terrible people.
Yeah.
And it was the kind of argument of like, should they be able to be rehabilitated? Nope.
Aye. Nah.
One of the guys just blatantly said he never done it, even though they had it on video and showed some of the video.
Sleeper agent.
Just like full of shite. And his
Aye.
parents are on it, like, aye, we know he's innocent, he's a great person. and all this. And you're just like,
That's
he
fucked,
said
man.
it on a camera that he done it. Like, fuck off. That was alright.
Aye.
Then I watched I think it was called Whitey : the United States versus James Whitey Bulger,
Right.
who is
Whitey.
who
Don't
is
trust Whitey.
who's like Jack Nicholson's character in The Departed. Like, it's based off, is it Internal Affairs?
Yes.
Like Korean crime movie.
Yeah.
And like when they decided they were going to set The Departed in Boston, they based Jack Nicholson's character loosely off of Whitey Bulger. He's got kind
Aye.
of similar things, but it's not him. You know what I mean? Like,
Aye.
if you've seen that movie, you know it's not him. And Black Mass, which is based on a book, which I fully plan on reading after seeing this, is out in September and stars Johnny Depp. And I sent you the picture of
Aye.
him in the makeup, and it's fucking incredible.
Aye.
It looks amazing.
Also, Johnny Depp just kind of looks old as fuck now. And like,
Aye.
I
So-
think he's going to start embracing that look now.
aye.
And the documentary was about, like, he got arrested finally after like 30 years, and just kind of the process of him being tried and fun out and
Aye.
like this stuff he did, and how basically the FBI or the CIA enabled him and just let him away with everything because he was an informant, or maybe not, and it's like kind of all about that. And one thing that was terrifying was, see, while like they had loads of folk from all over the city that Bulger had like fucked with, like not criminals and stuff, just like folk, like business owners and all that kind of thing, and they were all what's the word? They were all like talking in court
Aye.
about him.
Like,
know.
witnesses or
Aye,
jury, or
and one of these guys, he was on the documentary, and he's like, years ago, Bulger came to my house, he threatened my kids and all this to like get my business off me. And there's another thing that I'm not telling you until I'm in court. And when they find out about that, he's gonna be gone for a long time.
aye.
And that while they were shooting the documentary, he was murdered.
Oh my god!
He was poisoned.
What?
Aye,
Holy shit!
and they're filming like it's like him and his pal are in the documentary, like his good friend, and the good friend gets the phone call to say they've found him dead, like 7 miles from his car, like
Aye.
in a field or something, like on camera. It's pretty fucked. That was like
Yeah.
amazing. I'd say like
Aye.
watch that. Like,
So you don't find out what the thing is.
no,
No.
I'd 100% watch that. Like, it's absolutely fantastic.
Aye.
I'm trying to think if I watched anything else. I watched like a 40-minute thing about Osama bin Laden's, like the operation to take out Osama bin Laden.
Aye.
It's the
I
most
think I may have
batshit
seen
crazy thing in the universe.
Is that
The
what
fact
is that
they
what Zero
done
Dark
that-
30 is about?
Aye,
Right.
the fact they done that
And
is
Team
just
Team 6.
it's just the craziest fucking thing ever. Like, it's like a real life Call of Duty level. You know what I mean?
Aye.
It's
Pretty
just
much.
the craziest shit.
I was going to say they done that. It
And-
was Medal of Honor. They like brought out the.
Somebody done like a mod or something like that.
No, they brought out like Zero Dark 30 levels.
Fuck,
It's like
did they?
DLC, aye, and like
That's
that was one of
crazy.
the levels.
That's a bit brave.
That is cool as shit.
Aye.
Aye. They like crashed the helicopter, one of the helicopters.
Aye.
Aye. It didn't land properly. It like,
Aye.
hit off the side.
It's like it's something to do with aerodynamics, where like the circular, like the wind circulation or whatever, they like
Aye.
flew into their own
Right.
like you know that
Aye.
they like flew into their own footprint.
Aye,
So-
they kind
or
of
whatever,
fucked it a bit.
and
Aye.
that you lose control of your plane or helicopter. Sorry, but aye, the fact they actually did that was pretty crazy, and it had some really like good footage of it happening. Basically,
I don't know if this is the same one. I've seen one. I don't know if it's the same one as you have, but did they kind of reenact it in a kind of CGI way?
aye, it's
Aye,
it's
I've
the
seen it, aye.
journalist
Aye.
that's like narrating it and that.
Aye, and it
Aye.
shows you like the full thing through CGI. Well, I was watching
Aye.
like Zero Dark 30. There's a bit when just a guy runs by on like the second floor or something to shoot him, and they keep going. And it turns out in the documentary they were saying that was one of Bin Laden's sons,
Aye,
and they just done that and kind of moved on in the film. But that's what it was.
aye. I'm gonna rewatch that because I watched it like right when it came out,
What's the...
just because it was like a big deal. But apparently it's historically inaccurate, but it's only kind of small bits
I
and
think-
pieces. Apparently, like, see the fact that what's her name?
Catherine Bigelow.
Nah, Jessica Chastain.
Aye.
Right.
Her character, like the main woman in it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, aye.
Apparently, like the fact that she was like getting resistance for the CIA or whatever to like not do it. That's like made up to make it a better
Right.
film.
Right, okay.
You know?
Movie, aye.
And there's like apparently like an interrogation scene that never happened in like wee bits and pieces.
But kind of
Like,
forced
they,
to
like,
say
they
that.
never once said that like it's an exact...
Aye.
That's the thing, like you can't really shoot
But
a
they,
movie
I
if
think,
it's...
did they not like originally say like the interrogation scene, which is also a kind of torture scene, was kind of accurate, and then the government got involved and Catherine Bigelow had to come out and say, "Oh, I just made that bit up."
Aye.
But it's kind of like, did you?
Aye.
Did you? Or just want to make
What's
the government
that
look good?
movie where it's like the guy gets hired to be the like double of...
Oh, Devil's Double,
Aye,
the one with the guy from Mamma Mia.
aye.
I think it's Double something. Or
It's the
Devil's Double.
Aye, something like that, aye.
Right.
I've not seen it.
That's like, it's not, it's not like Saddam Hussein or something
No,
like
No,
that.
it's
no,
no,
it's
it's
something
some
else.
kind of Arab billionaire kind of thing.
I thought it was like mad because he had Saddam Hussein
Aye.
had like doubles and all that.
Aye.
And that. Aye.
I watched a really cool mix of stuff over the last couple of weeks. That Whitey Bulger documentary was the fucking shit.
Aye.
Just watch that.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Can I just watch it at the party again?
Yeah, well, aye. I really hope that that Johnny Depp movie's good.
Aye.
I think it's just like a biopic basically.
Aye.
So
I remember really not liking Public Enemies, but everyone else liking it.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
No, I didn't like
because
it.
when it came out we were like 15 or something.
I thought
And
it
then
was boring as
and then
fuck.
I rewatched it like
I might
last year.
rewatch
I
it.
rewatched it last year and was like, this is fucking amazing.
Aye.
So you'll probably have the same as
Aye.
me.
Aye, probably.
You alright?
I've got a surgery. It helps.
Because you're getting hooked, mate.
Too many of the old eckies.
Aye, that's me. I watched a weird mishmash of a lot of different stuff. I feel like we probably would have talked about Foxcatcher for ages
If I'd watched it.
if you'd seen it.
Aye.
But-
Well, I've not. So.
I started watching Dracula Untold.
No, but you just need to wait.
You got horrors?
Aye, I've got horrors.
good.
Oh shit! I talked about Paranormal Activity outside the creepy corner.
Oh my god.
It's blasphemy.
Mine and save
Eh.
save the horrors.
You're on my cable.
Well, you're on my...
Last Elf.
Aye.
I started watching Dracula Untold right after I watched White Bird in a Blizzard, and got like 30 seconds in and was just like, fuck movies. Not watching this.
God, I can't believe you talked about Paranormal Activity, man.
What does Chris's passport?
I'm gonna flee the country with
You need that to get into the creepy corner.
it.
You know, I showed this passport 4 times, something like that, when I went to Madrid via Amsterdam, and not one looked at my photo.
Aye.
They just kind of went,
I
right.
just want to see that it's no fake. Like,
Let's see if I was going with a bunch of pals, and you should all just swap and then like hand
See
them
what
over and see what
happens,
happens. Because then you could just go, oh,
it's like when you go to America, the people stare at it for ages.
Aye.
And
Aye.
look at you for periods, it's terrifying.
That's always saying about like the forms you have to fill out. And all that,
I like it's like a temp visa and all that. So you
if
can,
you
like,
fuck it up, you have to wait for like ages. To
aye.
it's nuts.
Aye.
I watched films. Are you going first, though?
Depends. How many did you watch that went horrors?
0.
My life is a horror.
Some were scarily bad. Does that count?
No.
1, 2,
Scarily bad.
3, 4,
Don't know if you've told me
Aye.
about many that you watched.
6, 7.
Right, you just go. Because I've got like, we've talked about basically most of the ones I've watched. So
Some of these are just going to be, I watched this and it was shite.
right,
I watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith and it was shite.
right.
Next.
Have you seen it?
Bits.
Nah. never seen
Kind
it.
of like, some bits I kind of like, you kind of giggle at it as you go, oh, that was quite a funny joke. Then you're like,
Is it a comedy?
no. That's the thing.
Aye, it is.
Well, it's kind of like,
action comedy.
but it wasn't funny enough to be a comedy, but
Aye, but that's just because it's a shite
it's
comedy.
just 2 folk fall in love and then they turn out to be assassins and then they spot each other on a job and they're like, oh, we need to kill each other. Oh no, wait, we'll just blow up our house, try to kill each other and then make out and then we'll be all fine again. And that's it.
Sounds outstanding.
Brangelina.
Aye.
That's how they like got married.
Aye.
I'm pretty sure he broke up with Jennifer Aniston while filming
did.
that, and then went out.
He broke up with Jennifer Aniston because he was bumping
You can kind of tell there is a wee bit of chemistry.
Julie.
This one could be in the creepy corner, but it's not. So I'm just gonna say it.
She directed that Unbroken, didn't she?
Did she?
Yep.
Cool.
I watched Zombieland.
Aye.
It's good.
Very funny film.
Yeah,
I've seen it before.
It's great.
I just started watching it again.
Aye, it's good.
It's good. That's
good.
It's quite
I'm
funny.
burnt out on zombies.
Have you? Yeah, so am I. But have you seen on YouTube like they go through like what's his name, Jesse Eisenberg
Aye.
and Woody Harrelson like go through all the rules on YouTube and have a separate video for them all.
Aye.
It's quite
Not
funny.
Michael Cera.
No, not
Aye.
Michael
It
Cera.
was originally meant to be a TV show, and then they made the pilot for that Amazon thing, and it is the worst thing I've ever watched.
Aye.
What thing?
Like, Zombieland was meant to be a TV show.
Uh huh.
Like, originally, they wrote it as a TV show, and then someone picked it up as a movie. And then they tried to get the sequel made for years, and they've not done it.
There's now an internet series, isn't there?
It's Amazon Prime's like subscription.
I've heard it's pretty
based thing.
bad.
There's a pilot. I don't think they even made a full series. There's a
Right.
pilot, and it is fucking horrendous.
Is it bad?
Aye.
Did they get? Is it different characters or did they
It's the
get?
same characters with different actors.
Oh, that's bad.
It's super not good.
I watched Snowpiercer, which Joe loved, and then I loved.
It's good, isn't it?
I wasn't like it's very kind of actiony, it's very good, and then it gets to the end and there's like a conversation that's so serious. Do you know what I'm talking about? And I was like,
I felt that from the nursery onwards, it's just fucking all systems
Yeah.
go. Like that bit with
It's
a woman,
yeah,
it's just
it gets quite. Have you seen it? You should definitely watch it.
gets violent.
It gets violent, but it also gets quite sinister. You're like, this is a bonker storyline, but now I kind of can feel for these guys.
Yes.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that again.
I suppose if you looked at it when you were really bored, you'd probably see all this meanings for the pure class at the front and the poor at the back and all that. And
Aye.
Titanic, but like good.
aye, it's Titanic 3, you and me.
I still own Titanic on Blu-ray and I've never watched it from
Don't.
beginning to end.
That movie's horseshit.
I watched
I went to watch that movie in the summer, and it was on 2 DVDs. And I was like, I'm not watching a second DVD.
What?
I watched Terrible Taken 2.
When does disc 2 start? Like when they're getting on the boat? Because it starts so fucking boring.
I don't remember. I wasn't paying a hell of a lot of attention to fucking Titanic.
I watched.
I do remember that it comes up and it's like, insert your next DVD, and there's like pure terrible CGI water. And that, oh man.
I seen it in the cinema in 3D, and like that opening shot in 3D where you see the boat was pretty fucking cool. And it just went downhill.
James Cameron.
Aye.
Aye, no, it's not a very good movie.
Nah.
It's not as terrible as Terrible Taken 2. You seen that?
Rinse out your mouth.
Taken 2 is shit.
It's so
quite
bad. There's more plot holes than holes in a holy thing.
When they go through bits in Istanbul that are in Assassin's Creed Revelations,
That does
I've
not
not
make
played
it
that
good.
pretty cool.
What? Still
not
does
played
not
that
make it
Fucking
good. It's an awful film.
It's push. It's push.
Shut the fuck up.
Then I watched Kung Fu Panda 2.
Oh,
What,
Christ.
I've seen Kung Fu
But
Panda
again, they
2.
made a second one.
I
I'm
was.
pretty sure
It
there's a
was.
third one coming out
It
this
was. It was on par with the first one, which was quite funny and quite good. So
Cool.
I was under the impression Jean-Claude Van Damme was in this film. He has maybe 3 lines, 3 words long.
Is he the bad guy?
No, he's just kind of a crocodile in the background.
Good for him.
I remember he talks about it on that Jean-Claude Van Damme reality show. What was that called again?
What?
The one that was on ITV4.
The
Just
fuck?
him following him about, and like one day he was like, hey, I am away to like film my voices for Kung Fu Panda
If
2.
it's not called Fan Damily, I don't care.
I think it's called A Damn Good Show. No, I don't know. Can I look up in IMDb?
Nope.
It's good. It was just like his son like films like a terrible action film, which I've never been able to find because I try to look for it, and then like he sits down and has a talk for him, and he's like,
This is push.
he's like, no, if you're gonna make it to Hollywood, you need to no cheat on your girlfriend like I did, and that's it. His girlfriend's sitting like, and he's like, no, I love her, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, right, because I did it to your wife right here, and I'm not going to do it again. It's like, this is so weird. It's a terrible film. Anyway, no, he films Kung Fu Panda 2 in that in like a day, and I was like, how'd you do that in a day? If you're like,
Aye, it's only voice.
I know, but the reason he done it in a day was because he had like 2 things to say.
Aye, but like you can record a full episode of a TV show in like an hour.
This
Like
was the
fantastic.
TV show.
That Whitebird in a Blizzard was filmed in 19 days.
Was
I
it?
think they got to 18 days and a half and still had 20 minutes left. They were just like, run it!
It's might be 2 hours. No any more.
Oh man. What else did I watch? Red Dawn.
The
new one?
the remake.
Yeah, the remake.
It's pretty good, that.
Yeah, like it's kind of.
It's a bit fucked, but like
Yeah, like you can tell that it was cancelled and then redone and then left on the shelf for 2-3 years.
aye.
You can kind of tell, but it's still quite enjoyable. I'd watch it if I was bored again. Chris Hemsworth's got short hair, which means you know it was filmed 20 years ago.
Aye.
Aye.
And Josh Peck
Aye.
still trying
Yeah,
to play
that-
anything that isn't a comedy role and not doing it.
He wasn't very good at it.
Nah.
You kind of seen that coming. The whole
I have him on Snapchat, and he's fucking annoying.
on Snapchat.
Aye.
You have Josh Peck on Snapchat.
Just add him, Josh Peck.
What?
Snapchat. He's like, yo guys, I've got a new Vine out, holla at your boy, and I'm like, no.
Did he say that?
Yep.
What a cunt.
He dropped a Seawell. I think that's all I watched apart from lots and lots and lots of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's a good TV show.
I've been raving about that for a few days.
It's very good.
I think it's very funny.
It is.
There's not been one episode that I've not laughed at consistently.
It's because it's very good.
I'm on like 13 episodes.
The cast's like amazing.
My back
cast is
is
amazing.
fucked for this chair, man.
Tough.
Can I have like imprints on my back?
I think that's me in terms of no creepy stuff. Let's
Right,
just have a
well,
quick run through.
Excellente.
I watched some films.
Did you?
I watched
Christ.
3 films we've not already talked about.
Let's go.
I watched
Give it to me.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Is that vampire New Zealand film?
Aye. That I enjoyed that very much.
Aye.
Yes. It is a mockumentary about 4 vampires that live together in a flat in New Zealand.
Right.
And then there's like a new vampire. They like create a new vampire who's like a modern day guy. And it's sort of like the whole thing is like there's this thing called Unholy Masquerade, and it's this party where like it's like vampires, zombies, and witches and all that. And it's like they run up to that, and it's like this documentary crew are filming their lives on the run up to this thing.
Right, okay.
And then like all this stuff happens, like the new guy and all that, and they have like a run in with a vampire hunter and all this kind of stuff. And there's like werewolves, and it's made by the guys who made Flight the Conchords, and it's got 2 of the guys from Flight the Conchords in it. It's got Jermaine Clement, who was like the bad guy in Men in Black 3, with that shot the things with his hands.
Right.
And it's got Rhys Darby, who was in Flight the Conchords, and I think that Yes Man movie.
Right.
And he plays like a werewolf, and it's so like because the humor is like exactly like British humor.
Aye.
Like it's like not, so it's like weird and like awkward and like kind of cringy and quirky and not pure like kind of like Shaun of the Dead but like with vampires, and it's a documentary
Right.
kind of
Okay.
thing. I thought it was really funny. I liked it. I know Ross didn't, but I think he rewatched like some of it, or he said he was going to. But there's a bit where it's like they talk about like vampires can like change shape, and they're like like the guy that Jermaine Clement plays, that he's like, I used to be really good at turning into monster animals, but now he can never get the face right. And there's like a bit where they're trying to like hunt someone to eat, and he's like running through the house, and it's like it'll like cut, and they'll like be in front of the guy, and he'll like turn around and he'll be in front of them again. There's a bit where it turns around and like Jermaine Clement's like a cat, but it's just like a cat, but it's just his face, and it's fucking hilarious. Aye, that was good. I like that. And then I watched 2 animated movies.
2 of them.
Excellente.
I watched it. In fact, I don't know if I talked about this. I might have talked about this.
Go.
I watched Guillermo del Toro produced The Book of Life.
I feel like you did.
I feel like you did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, it was good anyway, so watch it. And then I watched the Disney's Big Hero 6.
How is it?
It was very good.
Aye.
It's like based off of a comic, like a Marvel comic, I guess.
Right.
Like loosely, I think.
Is there any knowing the Marvel folks in it?
No, Stanley.
Excellent.
Is it? Aye.
Aye. Aye, it's cool. It's kind of like it's set in a made-up city called San Francisco, which is a mix between San Francisco and Tokyo.
Yep.
And it looks really cool. And
San Francisco.
it's like in the future, and it's like robots and stuff like that. So there's like illegal underground robot fighting, kind of like Real Steel or something like
Right.
that. So there's like this,
Like Robot was.
aye, these two brothers, and like their parents died, obviously, because it's a superhero movie, and they're both like genius roboticists. And one of them goes to like a university, then it's like all robotics and that, and then there's like the little boy Hero, that's the main character, and he is like sort of like, I don't give a shit about anything because my mum and dad died, and like then his brother's like, well then you're a fool, so he starts going to the robot school, and like all this stuff happens, and I don't want to like spoil it because like people die and shit, so like basically the big brother makes this robot, Baymax, who is meant to be like, it takes care of people and like is like a nurse, a robot nurse kind of thing. And then this sort of like supervillain appears, and Hero has to sort of turn that Baymax into a robot superhero. And then him and his brother's friends all become superheroes also, and fight the bad guy.
Cool.
Aye, it's good. I liked it.
Nice.
It was enjoyable.
Nice.
And it has Fall Out Boy in it.
Right.
Not like a song, not like they're not in it. But like, so, aye, it was cool.
It's time to get creepy.
Hold on.
All about the... Oh wait, maybe the train's cancelled because of the wind.
Aye. Scott Rail's cancelled the creepy corner.
No, there's a creepy
There's
ass...
a wee bit of wind. We better shut all the trains.
There's a creepy ass bus for a link there.
Aye, we need to get the bus to Paisley and
and then go to Chris's creepy corner.
hold on. Nope. There we go.
I don't even know how far in there. Turn up the waves.
Far enough.
Chris, what horror films did you watch?
Don't know. I watched the Borderlands.
Aye,
I've not seen that yet.
I liked it.
I didn't really like it.
You are a fool.
What is it?
Do you mean what is it?
What is it? You never find out.
It's like you do it. They explain it.
I think they do.
They do.
No, they just say maybe it's this because the
Aye.
pagans believed in
And it is
the
that.
same. No, but they don't say what it is the pagans believed in. It's just that the pagans just have this symbol. Oh wait, the symbol's here,
Aye,
and
it's
now
like a
weird
possession.
stuff's happening.
It's like demons.
There wasn't.
Aye,
There wasn't
you
very.
need to, like,
No, like I know horror films.
You want me to
I
watch
know.
it and pass final
Aye.
judgment?
Aye, I've got it in Dooved if you want it.
Cool.
Nah, and then the end just kind of ended,
I thought it was really good.
and I thought, and
I liked the bit where the cross fell off the wall. That was scary.
it started off really good, and there was quite a few jumps, and
The bit
then
where the guy, I'm not going to say it because
aye,
watch it.
I
but-
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I'll watch
No,
it for
like,
next week.
See, up until that point, the bit when the guy,
Aye.
like, I thought it was kind of really good up until then, and I kind of thought they just kind of decided to change the
Set in
story
Scotland,
a wee bit.
innit?
No.
Or is the guy?
No, the
well,
guy's
the
Scottish. The guy's Scottish. It's set like in like Sheffield or somewhere.
I thought it was set in like the Shetlands or something. I don't know.
No,
Maybe it was filmed there. I don't know if.
oh, it could have been.
Aye.
It was like the first half of the film was quite good, quite
But the Chavs is quite good.
quite found footagey, and then I don't really like the last half.
I don't know. I just like I'm used to films being shit, and this one didn't bore me. So I was like, I think it's quite good.
But the majority of films, found footage
Was it
films,
found
are
footage?
world
Aye.
class
Oh, fuck,
anyway.
definitely watch it then.
Aye, it's
You know it.
alright. It was kind of. I would say it was it was average.
Wasn't
I'd
as good
give
as As Above, So Below, but nothing is. So
I don't know. I'd give it.
I keep nearly watching that again and then watching new stuff instead.
I'd give it 2.5 scales out of 5.
I'd give it more than that. I'd give it 3.
I will pass the final.
It's above average. It's not like
It's above average, but it's not rememberable. I probably won't watch it again.
if someone was like,
As
"I'm going to
Above.
watch the Borderlands," I'd be like,
As
I
above,
do.
so below average.
moving on.
I then watched Deliver Us from Evil, which I bought in Blu-ray.
Yeah!
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Fucking
it's not.
great
It's,
movie.
it's not.
Hashtag New York Ghost Cops.
It's not. It's not the scariest
story.
horror I've ever seen, but it still probably was
Oh,
one
it's
of the
great.
better horrors that came out
It's a true story.
last year.
Awesome, man.
It's great.
Do you
but
get it in Blu-ray?
I
I
did.
need to borrow that off you.
It sounds good.
How
Aye.
It sounds very
quality
good.
is Joe McHale's character with the backwards hat and the knives?
It's combat knives.
See the bit when he's like, "Do you even like the Red Sox?" He's like, "Ah, "That's brilliant." The guy who's the creepy guy with the hood that's arguably possessed.
Yes.
He's in Outlaw with Danny Dyer.
I fucking need to watch it now.
He's a Cockney geezer.
I could tell that for the hood and the possession.
The exorcism at the end was quite good. I was kind of like, I was looking up stuff like the bit when he was saying that the priest was saying, well, I'd maybe talk a wee bit about it now that we all know what it is.
Aye.
The bit when the priest was saying
Aye.
that he like fell in love and he nearly had a kid with this woman, and then he went to confession and he was kind of like saved. I thought maybe you'd probably get excommunicated for that. The priest's pumping. But it turns out you won't.
Aye, but he wasn't a priest at that point,
It was.
was he?
Aye. That's why I was
Aye, but
saying.
is he not like some mad like ordained like the Pope's like, sorry, because you kill demons and all?
He was like a
No.
street priest.
No, it did just I was kind of looking it up. And it turns out, like, cause he went to confession and recognised it was wrong, never done it again, he was not excommunicated, which is I thought he
So
would have
if you
been.
were a Catholic priest, you could like pump all you want as long as you said sorry.
No, because I don't know. But apparently, like, that whole situation I was looking up, that would have been
That would
accurate in
that
real
would have
life.
flew.
I suppose it was like kind of like you get one more
A
shot.
wee slap in the wrist.
You get one more
A
shot.
verbal warning.
Aye, pretty much.
Right.
And then, like, I was kind of, and then I thought he didn't get Vatican consent for the exorcism. That's bad. You're not going to do it right. Turns out you need bishop consent, but he still didn't get that done. Didn't get any bishop consent.
It was a dirty.
That was an
exorcism.
underground exorcism.
He's a ghetto priest.
To be fair, he's a junkie priest. So
Aye.
I thought it was great though. I really liked it.
Aye, it was awesome. It was really unique.
aye,
Like, really unique.
it was like
The
it was
scratch,
like The Departed with ghosts or something
Aye,
like.
it was-
the scratching in the wee girl's room was.
The thing is, as
Pretty
well, is
creepy.
that's just like one isolated story from that guy's like many stories of like
Aye.
what happened to him. So like they could do sequels if
Aye.
they wanted to.
With the priest in it.
The priest and the cop is.
Is Sinister 2 still a thing that's happening?
Well, I don't know.
I hope not,
Turned into
How?
Insidious 3.
because I really like the first one. I don't want it to be like Insidious. Like
When it's good
But
and then got good
Insidious, where
again.
the first one was shit, and then the second one was also
aye,
shit.
but like you know what I mean. Like sequels to horror films usually are kind of garbage.
Tell what, take Grave Encounters 2.
Aye, that's the exception.
Paranormal Activity 2, 3 and 5.
Paranormal Activity 2 is kick-ass.
It is.
It's found footage. And
It's
all.
got Opie's wife in it.
Holy shit.
Aye.
So it does?
Aye, I just blew your mind.
Holy night, aye. I never noticed that. Totally does.
And I watched another one, I think.
I knew I recognised that from somewhere.
I watched Children of the Corn.
All right.
You fucking loved that, didn't you?
I
You
did.
were
I,
going
I
crazy
didn't.
about
I didn't find it
What else?
terribly.
No, you watched a bunch of other stuff because you were watching stuff and you were like, "Here, man, this is pretty fucked up." And I was like, "Aye, again."
That was Children of the Corn I was talking about.
Was
I
it?
think there was a lot.
No,
of,
you watched The House of 1,000 Corpses as well.
did I? Oh no, I didn't. I didn't watch all.
Oh, did you not?
No,
How?
I
It's
didn't get
amazing.
to. I didn't like it.
What?
I didn't like it, and then I went to watch Big Bang Theory, and then they were watching House of 1,000 Corpses and Big Bang Theory, and I was like, "What?"
I'd rather watch The Big Bang Theory.
What?
Anything.
I don't
That's
think
not
it's
true.
that
I
bad.
wouldn't rather watch 2.5 Men or Making
I don't
Molly.
think it's as bad as used to make it out to be. It kind of just
Still alright.
it kind of fills the gap between dinner time and when good stuff comes on TV.
Can what else fills the gap between that time and good stuff coming on
Netflix.
TV? Fucking anything that isn't.
See,
Big Bang
the
Theory.
thing that really irritates me about Big Bang Theory is that sitcom, right? What does sitcom mean?
Situational comedy.
Right? What does
Situational
comedy
comedy.
mean?
It's funny.
Is that fuck funny?
Sometimes I think. See, maybe.
I still agree that I think the first season's funny. And then,
Well, that's what I was about to say. I don't think it's funny anymore.
and then they made more of it.
I don't think it's funny
And like,
anymore.
the characters are just like the worst people. Like, they're not even likeable. They're just arseholes. But not in that way where it's like Entourage where like
Aye.
like
I don't watch that.
or South Park.
I thought you would. Did you not start watching it?
No, I was gonna, but then I don't know.
You should. It's fucking.
I read the other day,
Excellent.
this is my thing as well, because I mentioned Mike and Molly, right?
Is that good?
I seen nope. I seen that Melissa McCarthy is like basically cast that Ghostbusters reboot, like the whole female, right? And I'm all for them making more Ghostbusters, and I'm all for it being all female, but they need to cast females that are actually funny, and I don't think Melissa McCarthy is
Aye.
funny. And folk are like, oh, she's the first funny female, like, and that's like that's not true for one.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, they're having the person that wrote The Heat like write it, and that movie is also garbage.
Aye.
So, good luck, Ghostbusters.
I'm going to talk.
I bet that movie never happens anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if that movie never comes out.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm going to talk about Children of the Corn because it's quite good.
Is
And-
Children of Corn Stephen King?
Yeah, it's a short story. I don't know if he does like short stories and then writes them into longer.
He like writes short stories and puts them into one big.
Well, somebody told me he wrote a short story of 1408 and then rewrote it as a novel. I don't know if that's
He
true.
probably did. Which is probably
So I
why.
don't know
which
if
is probably why like people say stuff that he writes now like isn't that good, and it's probably because of stuff like that. Like, see if something's a short story, don't.
Yeah, just keep it like that.
Aye.
Well, that's said based on the short story, so I don't know if he done anything with it. But
Is it? There's like a remake in there.
is it?
Aye, straight to DVD.
Oh right.
Oh.
Aye.
No, this one was quite good. It's just kind of like it's kind of narrated by a wee boy in it that's not in it that much, and
Right.
he's like, it was 3 years ago today when it happened, and he's like, I was coming back from church or something with my dad, and we were eating pie in this typical American restaurant, and then all the other children killed all the adults in one day, and now for some reason, no one in the world has.
I'm totally gonna watch it, so don't like.
Right, okay. Well, it's just kind of like, then it's like 3 years later, and then there's like a couple travelling through it. The
Aye,
town.
sort
to-
of just like the town's kind of.
Oh, the couple think they run over someone, so they go to this town to get help to say, look, we need to phone the policeman because we've done something bad, and then they find out there's no adults there, and then they find out the children are living in the cornfield, and the wee boy thinks that he's like the next son of God, and they should do all what he says, but he thinks God is now about blood and sacrifice, and
They're all blonde, aren't they?
no,
No, I thought they were all blonde.
no.
Cool.
And it's like, there's all these like rules, like you do your 19th birthday, you get sacrificed, but they're
we
like
should stop talking about this because I'm totally gonna watch it and I don't want to know everything about
and done. I only told you like 2.5% anyway, so sorry.
There's like 6 sequels as well.
it. I see it on
Is
Netflix.
there?
I see it on Netflix
Alright.
like every day.
Well, that's
Don't
what I
watch
was
it.
like, and I was
Aye.
kind of like,
They made 6 movies, and 6 ones called Children of the Corn.
That's-
666.
that was pretty much most of my watches this week, because that Red Dawn and what was the other one I watched? Snowpiercer just keep popping up my face, and I was
Aye.
like, fine, I'm just gonna watch it.
I find that like every time Netflix recommends me stuff and I actually watch it, it's like I totally like it. You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty. They do well for me.
There's so much stuff to choose from that you just end up sitting going through it for ages. No, I mean, you just don't choose anything.
Do you know what they recommended to me? Ghost Adventures,
Yeah, you know it.
and I watched it.
Aye.
That's all the horrors I watched. I'd like to tell you a wee story that was quite creepy.
Me and Stephen have a story as well.
I got stranded on Arran Sunday, Monday, right?
Yep.
The house that I was staying in had Freeview, but it didn't have a TV guide, or you couldn't go through the channels to see what was on. You just had to go on a channel and guess
Right,
what was
aye.
on. So it was like 8 o'clock, and it was like, right, fine.
You
Like,
staying like a bread and breakfast or something like that?
it was one of the folk I lives at a house. One of
right.
the folk that works at his house. So I'm watching, I think it was How I Met Your Mother or something. I'm like, right, it's coming up for 9 o'clock. I've got film 4, and it's a Sunday night. Surely there'll be a few films on. So film 4, and the previous film, some old film's just ending. And it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up, coming up. And it goes, and now for Liam Neeson in Unknown. And have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's terrible.
Oh.
Right.
So I was like, right.
Oh.
I was like, right, fuck that, what else is on? And then I caught to ITV2. It's like Shaun of the Dead.
Aye.
Aye, no bother. I got like 20 minutes into it and I was like, I know every word from this film. So I just watched Hunters at 8 out of 10 cats that night on phone music. That was a pretty creepy story, wasn't it?
Aye, it was terrifying.
We have a story. We watched the Zozo Demon episode of Ghost Adventures, right? And both tried to take pictures to like put on Instagram, like watching this, blah 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 blah, and it crashed at both of our phones.
For some
No,
reason.
not only that, right? It crashed both our phones, right? And I uploaded it, and then you commented on it, and you commented on it, Zozo was over and over again, right? And then I was like, oh, Chris has commented
Probably
on
done
it.
like a mini like ritual there to Zozo.
Chris was like, I was like, oh, Chris, and I'd like done that. I pulled down like the bar on my phone to look at my notifications, and it was like it froze like there, like halfway down.
Right.
With, like all your comments, and it just like stayed there. It just stayed there for like ages. And I was just like,
Did you not like unclick it and click it again?
it was just still there.
Oh no, that's weird, man.
Mine
No,
just turned the fuck off.
that's weird.
So dangerous.
And then we get intoxicated and went ghost hunting in Tom's house with a GoPro in the dark.
I've not looked at any of that footage.
There's fuck all.
Doing nothing.
It'll just be like me and Jack, just like in the dark.
Tom's mum was telling us hundreds of scary stories, man. It was just biffing me out.
It'll just be pitch darkness and like drunk shouting.
Aye.
My spirit box comes
I'll lock
in, like,
myself
2.5
in a
weeks.
cupboard for
Do you
like
want to hear
35 minutes.
What? A story that we were told.
What?
I don't think I heard any. Maybe I did.
Oh, freaky, man. It was like,
Yeah.
it was like something to do with our like Tom's grandpa, right? And it was like something they done, and it was like, it was when you get married, they used to give you like like our tradition was like the best man would give you like a clock, like an old fashioned clock. I don't know if it's a grandfather clock, but like one that swings and chimes.
Yeah.
So, like, it would chime every hour, like on the hour.
Yeah.
And they were talking, because they have like all of Tom's families lived in Tom's house,
Oh, right, okay.
right? So they were talking about like when they were living there, and like I think it was like they found out it was like the night after Tom's grandpa had passed away, and they were all sitting up talking like drinking or whatever, and the clock chimed 12, but it chimed 13 times. So they put it up in the loft and they've never brought it back down.
That's weird.
I was just like, I just remember hearing that. I was like in the other corner of the room, like making a drink or something. I just heard it and I was just like, no! Just like left.
Yeah, I like
good,
barricaded
man.
myself in the cupboard in the pitch black with that camera for like 35 minutes.
Nice.
Just
Aye.
I've not even seen your GoPro yet.
Tom's house is also built on top of where monks used to live. So
Pure monks.
it is a hotbed for paranormal activity.
I also noticed that my door shuts itself like quite a lot.
To be fair, several times that night, Tom's door opened and shut on its own.
What?
Yeah.
I was walking through it and everybody was like pure
It was
freaking
pretty
out.
windy to be fair.
Everyone was pure freaking out, but the windows were shut.
Yeah.
And we were walking through, and they were all up the stairs, just on the landing, like shouting, right? And I walked up and I was like, "Fuck's going on?" And Tom was like, "My door just opened," and it was like, "Can I just like open a wee bit?" And I was like, "Right, okay." And somebody was like, "Oh, like shut the door again," and I just stood and stared at the door, and it didn't shut, but it like moved, and I was like, "No!" And I just went and get steaming, and then like walked back past earlier. It was like Tom had just came downstairs, right, and then went into the living room, and I walked into the living room and then walked back to the kitchen. And I looked upstairs, and his door was open. And I turned around and I was like, "Here, Tom, see when you come out your room, do you shut your door?" And he was like, "Aye," and I was like, "There's no shut anymore." And he was just like,
Is it heavy doors?
"No."
I think it was after that me and Jack went in, like, just turned all the lights off and shut the door.
Aye.
And we're just sitting, and his dad came in and was just like, "You was on the right, man. What are you staying up here?"
It's amazing.
There you go.
My spirit box comes in 2.5 weeks. We're going to need to do something with it. I'm going to get my money's worth for that.
You need to use it in your house.
Watch too much Ghost Adventures to do
You'd
otherwise.
be sitting in a room, you're like, "Chris, what's that noise?" "It's dubstep, mum."
A voice comes through. No, it's no. Katrina. It said Katrina.
Right, we should probably leave Chris's Keepy Corner before this turns into a ghost cast.
Hi. When are we going to the wrestling corner?
Never.
Couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks, eh?
I need to start my new podcast, Believe the Thunder.
Just start watching wrestling. Because you know you want to.
No.
You do? You've got the fucking game. Just embrace it.
I don't.
I need to beat your wee balls. Beat your wee balls in that game.
What game? What are you playing?
Playing the Chris's Keepy Corner team because we've left.
Alright.
Should we do
I'll Sheik tweet of the
Alan
week.
Sheik tweet of the week?
I've not been keeping up with Shiki.
I don't
So...
know.
Do you say Brooklyn Nine-Nine's on UK Netflix?
But that little punk,
I couldn't
break
find
his
on
back,
YouTube.
make him
Come
humble,
up with recommended.
put him in a camel clutch,
It's just
I
weird.
might watch
and
some of
I
that
didn't
tonight.
do it because for the God and Jesus and Mr. McMahon.
Let me just listen to the main mix.
What's the time?
3 o'clock.
Ugh, tired.
We'll here be going for a KFC after us.
Nope.
Come on.
Mm-mm.
You know you want to.
No.
I'll go.
I actually don't.
Boneless.
That's a good thing. I
Boneless.
do like genuinely not want to.
Boneless bank.
No, I actually don't want it.
KFC gravy.
No.
Some of that dang ass instant noodles.
I'm my cable.
Right, Alan Sheik tweet of the week. Capital letters, I am your fucking father. Congrats to Ronaldo, you can have the sex with whoever you want.
He really doesn't like Mondays, does he?
The Kevin Spacey cut excellent promo bubba, hashtag Golden Globe 2015.
Fuck the North Korea big time, big jabroni.
Tina and Amy have a lot of sex tonight. Golden Globe 2015. Who's Tony Romo?
He's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Tony Romo, what the fuck, you fucking raisin balls, no good, dumb son of a bitch, you choke on the dead dog, bubba. All capital letters. Oh my god, man.
Tom Brady. Oh.
Jabroni terrorist, I break your fucking necks. Don't know. He's not really been on film. Fuck school. Capital letters. That's all it says. Yep. That's it.
Oh, we struggled there.
Alan Sheik says, "Fuck school." I'm not going to play the theme again because I can't be bothered.
I think we're done.
News.
It's not a news show.
Gary Whitta's not doing that
Star
Star Wars
Wars
thing anymore.
Aye.
Who's Gary?
You're writer. He was going to be writing like the spin-off.
The Boba Fett spin-off.
Bounty Hunters.
No, the other one.
No.
He was writing the other one, I think.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's no anymore. That's how you do it, you know.
Aye.
Right. Bye.
Excuse you.
Oh, that there's a new Age of Ultron trailer.
Is there?
I watched it. It's just exactly the same.
It's good.
I've not
What's
seen it.
no?
It's just slow.
I've not seen it. Should probably watch it.
That movie's going to be good.
I watched Wrestle Kingdom 9.
We'll talk about that.
Have you watched it?
No, not yet.
Pretty good.
We'll talk about that in the hashtag Get Right podcast.
Indeed. Yesterday.
We'll talk about Bigfoot on They Believe the Thunder and how Bigfoot's probably a Celtic fan.
I heard he was a Hibs fan, but
No, he was.
The High B.
Right, let's just.
right.
High B.
We'll
Let's
see you
High
again.
Bigfoot.
Goodbye.
See you down the road, friends.
have a full mass week.